The Supreme Court said the Parliament of India cannot touch, in other words, cannot amend any part of the fundamental rights guaranteed to the citizens of India. In the last episode of Supreme Court Ki Baat, I spoke of a significant event that took place in the year 1951. This year, the Supreme Court, in Shankari Prasad Singh Dio's case, held that the Parliament had an absolute right, an absolute power to amend any part of the Constitution of India, including repealing the Constitution itself. Now we come to 1965. The question as to what is the extent of the power of the Parliament of India to amend the Constitution came up once again before the Supreme Court in Sajjan Singh's case. By a slender majority of 3:2, the Supreme Court sustained the view it had taken in 1951. However, in the minority judgment of Justice Hidayatullah and Justice Mudholkar, they said that perhaps the Parliament of India should not be trusted with an absolute power to amend any part of the Constitution of India. In fact, Justice Mudholkar, in his minority judgment, said and laid down the concept of basic features of the Constitution. He said, the basic features of the Constitution of India cannot be amended by the Parliament of India. The minority judges perhaps did not trust the Parliament of India with an absolute prerogative, an absolute power to amend the Constitution of India. Now we come to 1967. This question again arose before the Supreme Court in Golaknath's case. What had been held in 1951 and upheld in 1965 was the subject matter before the Supreme Court in Golaknath's case in 1967. The Supreme Court took the other extreme view in Golaknath's case. The Supreme Court said the Parliament of India cannot touch, in other words, cannot amend any part of the fundamental rights guaranteed to the citizens of India in Part 3 of the Constitution. This was an extreme view taken by the Supreme Court, protecting the citizens of India against any amendment of their fundamental rights. 1951, 1965, we had the Supreme Court saying the Parliament has the absolute power, and in 1967, the Supreme Court takes the other extreme position that the Parliament cannot amend, what to speak of repeal, any of the fundamental rights guaranteed to the citizens of India. In the next episode, I will speak of what happened in 1973.